Hello everybody, this is Chris Bird or MonkeyDude1313, and this is going to be a cube review for the Shengshou line of puzzles. We have the Shengshou 2x2, Shengshou 3x3, and the Shengshou 5x5. All of these cubes were provided to me by the E3CubeStore.com, which is run by Evan Jennings. A link to his website is in the description below. It is an online site where you can purchase many different kinds of Rubik's Cube products, and he has great shipping, great customer service, and he's very friendly to work with. So before I get into the review itself, I would like to preface this video with two things. The first one being that if you're curious as to where I've been, what I've been doing, and why I haven't been making videos recently, I will be making a video about that in the near future. The other thing is that I would like to apologize to E3CubeStore as I am a little bit tardy in the creation of this video. So without further ado, let's do a cube review of each of these three. We're going to start with the smallest and work our way up. The first cube we have is the Shengshou 2x2. This is the white model. And a little bit about the puzzle itself. It is very smooth, and I really enjoy the feel of it. So just a general summary, if you don't want to watch the entire thing, I would rate this cube a solid 8 out of 10, at least on the Chris Bird scale of approval, which of course doesn't mean much to you guys, but I rate it very highly. It may even be one of my main speed cubes if it weren't for the fact that it was white. So, a little bit about the mechanics of the puzzle. Of course, it is the normal locked core mechanism where they choose one of the corner pieces, lock it around that, and then the other three sides get a screw. So you can see that it's locked around the American corner, as I call it, red, white, blue, because there are no screws here. But on all the three other sides, there are Phillips-headed screws. And one of the things that I really like about this puzzle is that you can loosen them quite a bit and still have it stay together. I have never had this cube pop or threaten to pop or just become one of the pieces become misplaced inside that I have to take it out and push it back in with my thumb or a screwdriver. And since the way I prefer my cubes is loose and flowing but not exploding, kind of a cool little rhyme, but I really like it that I can just easily flick it and it will go. I'm not one of those people who really like it super tight. And that could just be an indication that I'm a sloppy cuber, but I really like how this puzzle functions, and I really highly recommend it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you the corner cutting here. You can get about that much. There you go. And in terms of back corner cutting, of course, you can't really expect much from puzzles, but this one you're not going to get too much. So you're going to get that pretty easily, and then a little higher you don't really get it at all. Let's see if I can get you to show that. Yeah. It'll catch there, and it's not going to back up at all. So, of course, if you're a good 2x2 solver, you won't need to worry about that too much. It's really the forward corner cutting that you're looking for, and on this puzzle, that's very nice. So without further ado, I'm actually going to go ahead and do an example solve of this puzzle. I'm not going to time it because the time isn't important, but let's see, I'm going to do green first. I use the Ortega method for any of you guys who are interested. It's going to match on this side with green, and so I'm going to get blue on the top. So, there we go, and then blue on top, and then, there we go. Pretty sloppy solve, but was good nonetheless. As you could tell by some of those algorithms, the cube performs very well, especially with the forward corner cutting, which I actually abuse a lot in my solves. So I'm just going to go through a T-perm. So it's kind of hard to show the corner cutting on it, but it's a very nice puzzle indeed, and I highly recommend it. This puzzle has only been lubricated with Jigaloo. That's it. Jigaloo plus some Phillips screwdriver tensioning on each of the sides. So, I would rate this puzzle again an 8 out of 10, and I would definitely recommend checking it out. I believe the black one is just about the same as this one, if not better, and so if you're a fan of the black cubes instead, this one is perfectly fine. Moving on, we have the Shengshou 3x3, which I was the most disappointed about, but that could just be because that I'm a very picky 3x3 solver. My main cube here is a Zanchi, with a similar rhyme to the previous one. I like it very smooth, very easy to corner cut, and very easy to back corner cut because I am a very picky solver. However, on this one, even though I did a lot of tensioning and a lot of experimenting with it, I couldn't really figure out how to get it to do what I want. It's one of those cubes that is the more solid feel to it, where it's not going to explode, but you have to be a little bit more accurate with how you turn. And of course, if you're a very accurate solver, then this may just be the puzzle for you. So in terms of corner cutting, here is half piece. Very easy to get half piece. More than half a piece, kind of easy, but that's not really going to help you in a solve. And about 2/3, easy as well. And then reverse corner cutting, you would give it a little bit there. Can do it after a little bit of a click, so you're definitely going to feel it in your solve if you try to reverse corner cut. I'm not going to talk about the stickers because most people just replace them anyway, but the stickers themselves they're pretty good. Like the yellow and the white aren't super different to my eyes, which is probably why I use the fluorescent colors, but these are definitely not stickers that I would use. But the quality is very nice. I've solved this cube maybe 100 times and they still look brand new. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of an example solve to show you what it looks like. And, ooh, this is actually very nice. Is it very nice? I think it's very nice. So here we go. We'll do that. We'll do that. Lots of cube rotations. Because I'm good at this game. So, as you can see there, it's a very nice puzzle, but you can get locked up a tiny bit if you're not ready for it. So, of course, if you practice with this cube as your main speed cube, it's going to be perfect for you. I do not see any issues with the cube itself. It's just that it doesn't really fit my preference. And I do like that it's black. Sometimes people have problems with black plastic because they get a little soft or whatever. And sometimes they have the same problem with the white plastic, but in this case, the black plastic is very nice. And overall, in terms of how I prefer cubing, I would give this puzzle maybe a 6, a solid 6. But there are definitely puzzles that are out there that are much better for my style. But if you like this style of puzzle, you would probably rate it higher, maybe a 7 or an 8. Just because it will do exactly what you want. There's no annoying caps that will come off. You can easily tension all of the pieces, and the corner cutting is quite nice. Let's see if I can easily take one of these off. Here's a good look at the inside. If I can get some vision in there. Vision. Sorry, I'm laughing because I play League of Legends sometimes, and vision is a big deal. So there's a little notch right there that you can just put your thumb in or a screwdriver to easily pop it off. Here's what the cap itself looks like, just on the corners. Very standard cap. And there we go. It's a nice cube, and I quite like it. Moving on. The 5x5, which is probably my favorite, well, I'm not going to say my favorite of the three, but I am definitely a big cube solver. And so I have experimented with a whole lot of different 5, 6, and 7x7s. And, of course, 6x6 is my specialty, but 5x5 is also up there. I feel that I'm good at it. Of course, I'm not world champion good at it, but I feel good about it. I average about 215-ish. Almost sub 2. My personal best is like 145 or something. But this puzzle has a similar problem to the 3x3 in that you don't get too much corner cutting out of it, and you have to be very precise with your turns if you want it to do what you want. So of course, if you're a slow and steady solver, or if you like that feel, this is going to be wonderful for you. But in my case, I really try to push the limits of it just because I'm a sloppy solver, and it backfires on me. So, let's see. There is half of one piece there, and with a little bit of effort, you get that. If I do any more than that, it takes a little while to get there, and of course, even more, which some cubes can handle, this cannot handle at all. In terms of reverse corner cutting, you get like none. That's barely any. It locked up there, so you're not going to get a lot out of this, and so as a result, when I solve the puzzle, I end up locking up quite a bit. So, I would definitely rate the V-Cube 5 higher than this, but this is a very well-built cube. In terms of size, it is a little bit smaller than the V-Cube 5, definitely smaller than the Rubik's brand, and bigger than Ishin. So it's a nice middle size of it. So if your hands are smaller like mine, or if you don't like the huge cubes that you have to really grip with your entire hand, then this is going to be a very nice cube for you. So, I'm just going to go ahead and do a bit of a solve. It's not going to be very fast since I'm out of practice, but hopefully you'll get a nice example of how the cube functions. So, let's see. I'm thinking of starting on white in this case. Yeah, I'm gonna start with white. Yeah. As you can see, a little bit of a lockup. Where's the other white one? Oh. It also helps that I'm bad at this game. Okay. The piece that I want is actually the only place I didn't look for it. Good job, me. I think if I was in practice, this would be a lot faster. Oh, I'm out of the camera. Oops. I'm still experimenting with camera angles, so my apologies if it ever gets out of the frame. Do I get parity? I get parity. No. Okay, there we go. Definitely looking better. Oh. Thought the piece was in a different place than it was. Oh god. Did I just mess this up? No, I didn't. I'm just bad at algorithming. So there you go. There's an example solved. I hope that wasn't too boring for you guys. But as you can see at the end there was a T-perm on the very end, which is a really good example to give for a lot of things. You can see there that I messed up a little bit on it. See, you can't do that, which you may be looking to do. And you have to hold the cube really solid if you want it to get it, if you want to get it to do what you want to do. So again, like the 3x3, I'm going to rate this one about a 6 out of 10 for my style, but if you are more accurate with your turns, this will be a 7 or an 8. So, once again, thank you to E3CubeStore and Evan Jennings for sending me these 3 puzzles. I highly recommend that you go to his shop in the description below and check out his shop, buy a couple of cubes, you know, show your support for his store. Let him know that I sent you, if I did in fact send you. And I hope to see you guys in the next video, and it should be out within a couple days or so. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.